Hi, this is Joe Briggs. I'm once again looking at my yard and trying to figure out what's going on with my turf. And we had 10 pallets of Tiftun 419 put down by our contractor, CAD Construction, in the last week of August. And it didn't, most of it, I'd say 70% of it, just didn't seem to take. And we're just trying to figure this out. The contractor, again, CAD Construction, Sean Hall, he's trying to, stay good on the product and his work. And he came out here and he took a test and he determined that he took a sample back to his supplier, and they looked at it and said there was armyworms in there, and that the problem was probably the armyworms, and armyworms are only will only infest new turf. And they were probably in the ground before, when they laid the turf, and that sounded like a line to me, because I know factually that armyworms are a problem with Bermuda in general, especially down here in the Atlanta area, here in the South. So I don't think that happened. Then also I did a infestation test that I had seen on a couple of Bermuda grass websites, where I took 5 gallons of water, put about a half cup of Dawn soap in it, and spread it out over about a 2 square foot area, waited a few minutes, and then started counting the armyworms, which are easy to identify. And they never did, I never got more than about 2 or 3, not even, 2, I think, in each location. I did 3 locations, and I just didn't get any. They said that 5 is an infestation. 5 armyworms over 1 square foot is an infestation. I got 2 over 2 square foot. So, I don't think that was it. Here's, the boundary here. You see this stuff just never even took. It's still in there. And matter of fact, you can see a grub here. I don't know if it's live or not. Sean came back and put some diloxyl down, and apparently didn't kill that grub. But this is just dead here. You can see the line for my old turf and the new turf. So there's a very, very distinct difference here still. Now I do see a little bit of greening here. Again, it's November 9th. We've had some rain, and I also did put down some fertilizer that was designed. Just some stuff I got at Lowe's that said it was designed for new turf or new seeded areas, and so I was just hoping to give it a little bit of a spike, but that's all that we have done to it, and I spoke with Sean about doing that. So I do see a little bit of green here, but most of the green I see is actually weeds that are coming up in other varieties. So I'm still seeing that the bulk of this is just dead grass still. Now, it might come in. Sean asked that we give him till the spring to see what happens, let him treat it. And so we're doing that. Over here is just the existing yard, and this is where the budget ran out for turf. We put in 10 pallets of this Tiftun 419, and you can see that line. And what I did was I just laid out a bunch of fescue seed, and the fescue seed seems to have, a lot of it seems to have taken, and so you can very clearly see that. But here, it's just, this is just dry. This to me looks dead, and again, I can still pull it up. It's November 9th. It was put down August 25th, something like that. So I just don't see that ever recovering. And I'm just here kind of showing the progress of it. And it comes back all the way over here. You still see more is dead than not by a long margin. Although we do see little sprigs here of some green here in a shady area. But we see a little bit of, we get some collected moisture over here. And it was kind of the design. They designed this. They did a lot of landscaping back here to try to roll out and control the rainwater and all that. But this is the state of it. It looks, we're hoping that this will recover as he thinks that it will. And I'm seeing a slight improvement, and I'm hoping that it will too. But I just kind of want to document and track this where it's at. And we have not overseeded He did not advise us to put any seeds. He did not put any seed down, and from what I understand, that overseeding on a strain like this 419, that the seeds on 419 are sterile. It can only propagate by taking the plugs, or the discrete little, I don't know what they're called, a root, and move that over, just a plug or a sod. But the seed itself is sterile. There are some Bermuda seeds, obviously, but if you mix them, you get different coloring and different characteristics. And so he did not advise us to do that, and we haven't. So anyway, that's where things are. Anybody got any ideas, let us know.